Alrighty. Looks like I'm live. Hello, invisible audience who hasn't joined yet because I just went live. This is Paul, and it is currently October 18th, 2021. And to those of you in my audience that happen to be gamers, congratulations! Today's the day, unless you're in Australia, then it's probably the 19th. But today is almost the day when Sora from Kingdom Hearts comes to Smash. But yet, the problem with all of these DLC packs is always the perpetual question of, well, darn it, they never reveal a time. They love to say this is the date that it comes out, but they never reveal a time zone, probably because ever since the Switch came out, things have been trying to aim for a universal release. So you got the Japanese people, the Australians, the British, the Asians. Oh, good. Someone is excited for Sora here besides me. That's nice to hear. Let me see how I can... Oh, good. Well, congratulations to 100% of you sharing in my enthusiasm. Oh, man, that's good to hear. So, Sora, once Sora comes out in Smash, I am going to do a review of the Kingdom Hearts pack in Smash, but that's not going to be the only thing I do when he comes out. I am also intending on doing a whole bunch of Smash-related videos. In fact, I even plan on appealing to those of you in the poll who say, ew, video games, yuck. I am going to try to make videos that'll even appeal to you guys. Because now that Smash is complete, I will do what a lot of other YouTubers won't do. I am going to try to present Smash lists after the game has been finalized, instead of just jumping the gun and being like, okay, it'll take several years. Because yes, we did have to wait a whopping 3 years and 10 months for all of this DLC to come out. So, in the meantime, what else is going on with me lately? Well, I just had a conversation with Gabriel from Rational Typology's channel, and we talked about emotions. Yay! That was an interesting discussion because I think I'm okay at expressing my emotions, but it was more so we were talking about the general pattern behind how we view emotions. How do we view, how do we view when other people are getting emotional, when we're getting emotional? How do we express it? But we didn't, excuse me. We didn't really talk that much about our own feelings. So it was about what I expected. It actually went a lot better than I expected in some ways. And then oh, you got confirmation, Jevil? Oh, wow, yeah. That was what I thought too. But of course these sources are never 100% true. Welcome to the stream, Jevil. Can always count on you to be excited with me, that's for sure. So, what's been going on with you lately, Jevil? Any exciting news, or do you just want to puff out your chest and say, Doom Guy for Smash! Booyah, baby! Although, from what you told me, I don't think that's the language you guys use in your region, so maybe you'll have something else. So this has already gotten 2 likes, and yet, Jevil, you're the only one who's here, so... Hello, invisible ghost person, whoever you are. I am not going to be ghost phobic against you. You are totally welcome here in this chat, even if you're feeling shy. Halloween kills? Jevil, let's not be too violent. No, I'm just messing with you. I've actually never heard of that. Hey there, Caitlin. Welcome to the stream. You might be a little bit unfamiliar with the source material, but I'd still love to hear your vote in my, in my poll. I mean, your channel name is Kateri Games, so I imagine you don't completely hate video games, but your opinion on Sora may differ. So how do you feel about Sora being in Smash? A new Michael Myers movie. He's still alive? Okay, well, that's news to me. Also, Caitlin, if you're not in the mood to talk about Sora, I would just be curious about your well-being in general. So in a previous live stream, I showed off this shirt, and I really wish I would wear it more, because I think gray looks really good on me. Like, let's see. No, my gray shirt is still behind me. Let me see if I can pull it out for you guys. Here we are. This is my other gray shirt. So I don't know if it looks all that different. I don't know if maybe you're colorblind or if the lighting on my camera is just weird, but these are the two gray shades that I have for shirts. So which one do you guys like better, this one or that one? Well, I guess I'd have to show you the whole thing. This is what the whole thing looks like from the front. So this and this. I actually really like showing off my t-shirt collection because I've been to so many different events, and usually on almost all of them there's a collectible t-shirt to either buy or you get it as like a bonus for, I don't know, sometimes just being there. Like our youth group would always make one. Oh man, everyone here is excited for Smash. That's great. I love it. You guys are great. You guys would be great even if you weren't pumped for Sora, but it's, I don't know, it's cool to see fellow geeks. Well, I think it only costs you roughly between 25 cents to $1.70. Maybe it's different where you live, Jevel, because where I live, it's usually not any more than $2 for each costumes. Hello there, Saint D underscore I interesting name. Is there a nickname that I can give you so that that's a lot easier to pronounce? Because you know what they say about the Catholic Church. In order to be a saint, the very first condition is that you got to be dead. You can't be a living saint. That is theologically impossible. You have to at least be dead. Yeah, that's a good point, Jevel. But for Doom Guy, don't you think it's worth spending money for that, even if it's just a little bit? Like, at least it's not the price of Nintendo Switch Online. I need a drink. So, I forgot to mention the other things that are going on because I was getting so caught up in the excitement of the moment. Another thing that's really cool is, where is it? Here we are. Is that I just bought some new stamps. I wish they were more gaming themed, but it's better than nothing. And I got some new envelopes because I was talking to my friend Reba on the phone. And this is the girl that I met on my very first mission trip way back in 2010. And she was one of the girls that ended up changing my life. So what I plan on doing is I asked her on the phone, I said, you changed my life, so I will give you anything at all that you desire within reason. I don't want to say literally anything because I could be inappropriate or literally be, I don't know, losing the budget or something. But I asked her, what is it that you want within reason? And she said, I want you to be my pen pal. So guess what? I am going back into the habit of snail mail. Yeah, I certainly don't need that spirit booster, so I'll leave it on there for everyone else to pick up. Only 50%. Oh. Okay, so it looks like 25% of you don't know who Sora is, and the other 25% of you are are here just for me, and then 50% of you are super excited for Sora. So that's cool. We don't have anyone being prejudiced against video games yet, so that's very nice. Just Saint D? Okay, if that's what you want, I can do that. Oh, I see. Yeah. That's an interesting approach to names. I mean, I've always said that if I were to hypothetically be a saint, which, I don't know, I mean, I guess I could be a saint, I'm kind of basic by Saint standards, so I think I like to be St. Paul the adequate. I would really like people to just know that I did what was required. Maybe a little bit above and beyond is totally okay, but I wouldn't want to necessarily be known for changing the world, and if I do, that's cool. But if I don't, that's also cool. So St. Paul the good enough would be totally fine if I were a saint. You've played Kingdom Hearts, Caitlin? Oh, good. I have so much to ask you about that. I'll ask you a few now, then if I forget anything, I'll mention it in Twitter. Oh, it's okay. I get it. Sometimes I talk too fast. I'll try to work on that in the future. But that's so cool that you played Kingdom Hearts. Do you recommend me, like, because they say that the Kingdom Hearts games are coming to the Switch, do you recommend me jumping in on Kingdom Hearts 1, or do you think there's another game earlier in the timeline that I should consider? And yes, I'm doing great. Very, very great. Okay, I'm not doing perfect. Earlier today, I was in a bit of a funk because I've been struggling with trying to get a long-term job. Ever since moving here, it's been really hard because I had a terrific job back where I used to live. And now that I live here, I basically have to start from square one. So that's a bit frustrating, but everything else is going fantastic. Maybe, if there is a next Smash game. Yes, you got it, Saint D. You got it. And I think Protestants get a little bit tripped up by the wordplay that we use, because we say that it's not possible to we say that it's not possible to say that you're saved until you're actually in heaven, which is technically true, but maybe we could word it a little bit better. Maybe if we say, yes, it's possible to turn your life over to Christ. Yes, it's possible to live a good, holy lifestyle. But we wouldn't call it saved, we'd call it practicing, because it is totally possible to go off the rails and start becoming a sinner and to lose your faith. And I think that's something that most Protestants don't like to think about, that someone could go down that road. So we are works in progress as we go along. Let's see. Order of release. Okay, yeah, that's what I plan on doing. Because I had technical difficulties during that part of the stream, but I heard that the first one coming to Switch is going to be 1 and 2 in HD. Then the second one is going to be a remaster of Dream Drop Distance and also the final chapter prologue, whatever that means. And then the third one is going to be Kingdom Hearts 3. Okay, so you're a newcomer, or not a newcomer. You didn't get very far in the Kingdom Hearts timeline then, Caitlin. Well, I haven't played any of them except Melody of Memory, which is a rhythm game where you play along to the music of popular Kingdom Hearts songs. So that's about as far as I get in Kingdom Hearts. So I'm definitely excited to see what the big fuss is about him, especially because I heard that in Kingdom Hearts 3, there's a level where you get to play through the Frozen world, and I really love Frozen. I get it. It's overrated as heck, but I don't know. Sometimes you can't always explain why you like stuff. Let's see what you said here, Jevil. Yeah, leaks. I really hate leakers. Well, I don't hate them as people. I hate that they leak things, is a better way of phrasing it. Well, hopefully if you try it out again on the Switch, that can be a different story. Oh, Game Pass lets you play all of it? Even the ones on DS, the 258 over 2 days and recoded? That would be interesting. I know that Melody of Memory has songs from all of those games. Some franchises it has more than others. Hey there, Matthew. Welcome to the stream. Advance Wars Remake, I'm cautiously optimistic for it because I really like Fire Emblem, and the original Advance Wars games were made by the team that made Fire Emblem. So I could do with a good turn-based strategy game. Caitlin, I've actually been meaning to ask you this for a while, but do you have any videos on your channel yet? Because I know you're kind of still testing the waters. So if you have any videos, let me know, and I'm going to see if I can watch them. Let's see. Chain of Memories? I've definitely thought about it. But the thing is, I don't have a Game Boy Advance or a DS, so it would probably be if it ever came to like Switch Online, if they ever add Game Boy Advance games. And I don't plan on buying another DS because the last time I got a DS, it was only to play certain Game Boy Advance games, and then I just ended up giving it to my sister-in-law. Oh, that's weird that they would reduce Dream Drop and Recoded. Well, it's better than nothing. Dream Drop Distance is probably the one I'm the most excited about, because I know Kingdom Hearts 3 has like Big Hero 6 and Frozen in, and I'm a big fan of both of those movies, but I'm also looking forward to being able to go to Traverse Town and experience characters from The World Ends With You, because as you guys know, I love The World Ends With You. I even have Neo The World Ends With You. Let me see if I can pull it out here. Well, I might as well just show you guys my whole. I might as well just show you my whole collection of Switch games. Now, admittedly, this isn't the full collection because a lot of them are digital. But of the boxed sets I have a Nintendo Labo VR kit, which I don't think you can see it on the camera. Yeah, no, it's too far down. But I do have a VR kit. I've got Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. You know me, I'm a diehard fan of Ace Attorney. I had to be there day one. Neo The World Ends With You. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Let's pretend this top part doesn't exist. That was the reason why I bought it. Skyward Sword HD. I'll probably never buy a Zelda game again after that one. Super Mario Odyssey. And of course, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate because Banjo. Let's see. Famicom Detective Club. I was actually initially really excited about those games, and then I found out that they're too much like the investigations in Ace Attorney and not enough actual gameplay. And then I also heard that there's a lot of elements of it that are very dated and like still act like NES games just with modern graphics. And then I just decided to skip them. And not only that, but at the moment, it's not possible to rent them physically. So they're forcing you to get the digital versions, and that just seems so unappealing to me. Like, if I'm going to play something in a niche franchise that is heavily based on Japan, which is totally a foreign culture to me, and doesn't even have English voice acting, that's the definition of a rental. Although, I will at least admit that I appreciate those games because they essentially started the Ace Attorney genre, and obviously you guys know that I am obsessed with Ace Attorney games because this came with the, it's not in there anymore, but it came with a From the Vault DLC code so that I could download extra beta songs and music in the soundtrack. I am a stickler for games with in-game soundtracks. I don't know why that's so fascinating to me, but I guess it's a good option for people that just want to show people their favorite soundtracks without an internet connection. I just noticed that it's probably not the case for you guys, but on my current, when I'm like viewing myself on the webcam, it looks like Link is right-handed when Link is almost always left-handed in his games of origin. Oh yeah, the later Ace Attorney games definitely have their their stumbling points. I'll give you that one. Yes, that original trilogy is amazing. They actually have an offer on the Switch right now called the Ace Attorney Turnabout Collection, where yes, it's a little bit more expensive than usual, but if you pay that rate, then you'll get both the original trilogy and the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles together. And Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, what's really cool about this game is that it's 100% standalone. Like, it doesn't require you to know anything about previous games. It doesn't really tie into them at all. It's 100% its own self-contained story. And I don't even think it's mentioned in the dialogue that he's related to Phoenix. I think that's just promotional material. Excuse me for a minute, guys. I'm going to turn on the fan. Oh, here we go. Okay, much better. Here where I live, the weather is so unpredictable. Yeah, some of the sprite work was a bit odd to get used to. Like the judge looked a lot more stern in the Switch trilogy, but what I really like about the Switch collection is that they add a lot of options. Like they have the HD rumble so that you can feel Phoenix pounding his desk, or you can like feel the oomph of the prosecutor's good argument. They give you the option to turn off the music, the sound effects. There's like 10 save files. And one of my favorite additions is that they add a check mark during the investigation sequences, because I always hated investigations, even in the original trilogy. And so being able to just know that I fully investigated something is a godsend. So I'm personally really glad that I bought it again on Switch, because I don't have a DS capture card, so it gave me an opportunity to finally be able to capture footage of the games. Yeah, it's it doesn't change much if you've already played the trilogy on 3DS, but that checkmark thing really helps speed things along. Yeah, I already read it, Jevil. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not good at responding to messages that aren't questions. I've never been good at that with texting either. Like if people just say like, "Hey, I'm coming over soon," I'm not the kind of person that just says okay. Like I kind of just silently acknowledge it in my head. But for your sake, Jevil, I'll try to do it more often. But man, that is a mouthful, what you typed. Oh man, and that's going to be a pain in the neck to try to type that out if I ever review any of those games. Hopefully, if they have physical versions, I'm going to rent them, because I'm kind of, I don't know, I've never played a Kingdom Hearts game, but if you guys think I should go ahead and buy them instead of renting them, let me know if you think they're worth it or not. Because I have GameFly, and GameFly lets me rent video games. That's how I've been doing a lot of my reviews for the past 3 years, is through rentals. Because I'm not really the experimental type. I don't really like gambling, so I don't want to spend all that money on a product and then be like, well, this stinks. And not only that, but in certain stores in the US, you have to return the product within a certain amount of days to get a full refund. And that's just a pain in the neck, especially where I live, where it's at least 20 minutes away for the nearest video game store. That stinks. That cloud games are all digital. Well, maybe I'll wait for a price drop, or maybe I'll wait for like a gift card or something. Because Christmas is coming up, and my birthday's in April, which doesn't actually feel like that far away, surprisingly. You know, I'm really shocked at myself. I have my Super Smash Bros. Ultimate t-shirt right here, and I'm not wearing it on the day that the Final Fighter is coming out. I am something else. 6 games and 3 games? That does seem like a pretty good value when you say it like that, Jubble. 6 games. Dang. That'll certainly keep me busy. So, as far as cloud gaming on the Switch, there hasn't been a whole lot of games that interested me so far. I tried playing Control a little bit because there was a demo, and it looked pretty good for a Switch game. I just don't like shooters, so I didn't last very long on that. I'm okay with it being movies. Because, how do I word this? You guys know, of course, that one of my favorite genres is the visual novel genre. So obviously I love Ace Attorney, I love Zero Escape. I can't think of too many other visual novels that I like, but I generally like that genre. And so those genres are basically movies that you interact with. Doki Doki Literature Club. I almost forgot about that one. Which, yes, I do own that game. I just don't own it physically. So those are the games that are kind of more or less movies, and a lot of them have these really static images that kind of just stand there and have different expressions. So I would actually be pretty excited for having movies on Kingdom Hearts 1.5 to the mouthful ones. Final mix. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, Jeffel. Dang, I'm going to be busy. Man. But yeah, if they were ever to make a Doki Doki Literature Club movie, that would be amazing. I don't know how well it would turn out, but that would still be amazing. Speaking of Doki Doki Literature Club, I'm going to give you guys a mild spoiler for a